Real Talk with Mo. Glad you could join me. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Check out the Lou and Mo podcast. New videos every week on all sorts of topics, but topics that are important for the world, topics that are important for the people. Also www.cblifestyleapparel.com. Chasing billions, counting blessings, chasing billions. That's what it's all about. Getting the program. I just wanted to speak on something real quick. I say that every time, but sometimes it gets long. But I just want to speak on something because I was thinking about a concept. Me and my wife were talking over there. We get into some conversations about certain things, and we started to talk, and I came with this concept in my head too, and maybe it's already out. Maybe somebody already came up with it. I don't know, but it was the people around you and people in negative spaces. And especially when you're trying to be in a positive space, and being positive and stuff, I think is freeing. So you kind of, I don't want to say you float, but you kind of are like a lot lighter, right? Because you don't have as much on your shoulders. You know what I mean? You're more positive about things. Some stuff you just brush off. Important things we have different things that are important. So it's less like, I think, pressure. So I think, what I was, talking to her about when we kind of came to the concept was, like gravity, right? The force of gravity already holds us down, right? And then some of us just make it lighter by being more positive and being more in tune, and just more big things, the things that should worry you, that would worry most people don't worry you, and you understand that. You understand that things happen, there's an ebb and flow, there's an up and down, all that good stuff. So, and I think, when you have people around you who have a lot of issues, they put that gravity, they put that pressure on you. They put that pressure on you, and you can feel it. Like, you can feel how heavy they are sometimes, right? Because you can see it in people's faces, right? That people that, you can just see them. Sometimes they're not smiling. Sometimes they just, even if they, they could be good. They could be financially good. They could be all these different things. But you can see when they out and about, like the pressure, the pressure around them is heavy, right? And if you get involved with them, or some people, friends, family you hang around, you can tell. Right, and then they tell you what the issues is, tell you this is wrong, tell you this is bad, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes they got a lot of negative stuff, and it brings you down. Because now that pressure's on you, right? Now that gravity's pushing down on you when they're around, right? Or when they're in your life. And it holds you down. And now you're like, man. What's funny is there's a Japanese anime called Bleach. And it talks about, like, there's, people in the different areas, but they have spiritual pressure, and like the strong ones, spiritual pressure is so strong that it'll force you to like kneel, type of shit, right? I'm going way off track, but it's similar to that. I think about it like that because it's like when the people around you and they're real negative and they got a lot of issues going on, their pressure will crush you, right? It'll make you weaker, and it's like, where you got grasping for air because you just can't. You take on their problems sometimes, right? And sometimes, some people are strong enough to uphold it, and you're strong enough to uphold somebody else's, pressures and they shit that they got going on. But then sometimes you can't, man. Sometimes your best thing is to not take on, not to let them force their pressure on you. Their gravity on you, right? Let them take their gravity with them. Let them be drunk, let them do it, because you want to live a positive life. There's no way you can just take on everybody's pressure, everybody's gravity, right? You already have your own, right, that you're standing up from, and then to be positive and not negative and all that, you start to lighten up, right? You walk with a different, like, hop, right? You just, you're smiling, even on rainy days, right? It's a different vibe, man. It's like, you're enjoying life, right? Because you just never know, where life could take you, and you just know, and these things, like, things are gonna be bad, things are gonna be good, You know what I mean? Everything's not gonna be great. Everything ain't gonna be bad, right? As long as you keep moving forward and with that thinking, things will get better. Um, and a lot of situations. I can't speak for every situation in the world. I'm talking about for like general, the general, right? The general population, general people. I'm not gonna speak for every situation. Some situations are a lot more pressure. They're a lot more. You got a lot more on your shoulders. Not to say that you can't get past those either, right? Or you can't overcome those either, because you can, because there's people that's done it before, right? Any situation anybody's been in, there's people that have overcome it and made and became great from those same situations. There's not too many situations in the world where you could, show me that people haven't came from there and became great, right? Whether it was by themselves. Of course, there was always other people involved. There was always community help. It was somebody that helped you to get there, but it can happen. So, all I'm saying is, like, the more of those people you put around and you put in your life, they're gonna hold you down, and it's real, because you can feel it. Like, I'm saying it right now, but you can feel it when I'm talking to you about the people around you that, have the pressure, like the gravity. It feels heavier around them, and they kind of like force you to get into that mood too, right? If you was happy, and then you get around certain people, you know what I mean? They can only be happy for so long, right? They're gonna find ways to sabotage the happiness sometimes, right? And it's like that messes with you. Nah, you messed up. How can you be light and airy and happy and shit? Like, when the people around you are not, you know what I mean? It's very hard to do that. That's why sometimes you gotta eliminate the people, or get from around that area, get from around those people, because it's rough. You know what I mean? It's hard for you to come out of that, but you can do it. You just gotta make the right decisions. So, I just wanted to touch on that, man. Hopefully, I'm gonna get dig into this some more. Come up with some better ways to explain it, because it was just something I thought of, and it's like it feels so true, man. It feels so true when you're around people that got a lot of issues, right? Or and they don't even be real issues sometimes. It's just in their head, they major issues. They'll bring you down. You'll feel it, man. You'll feel it around them. Like, damn, bro. Like, you're not, like, this shit heavy, bro. Like, you going through a lot of shit or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not to say to abandon them or don't help them. I'm saying you gotta understand that it's gonna be a weighing on you, right? You taking that onto your shoulders. It's gonna weigh you down, right? But you can't let it affect you. You know what I mean? You got to keep moving, keep being positive, keep thinking positive, and just keep moving forward. So, I just wanted to touch on that. It's Real Talk with Mo, the only place where you're going to get the real issues, real solutions, real people talking. I ain't got no bias. I ain't trying to push no agenda. I'm just pushing the real. So, hit me up, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff.